Yes, everyone. It is finally here after a very long wait, the Hyundai Staria. Now, it should be noted that the Hyundai Staria model is a direct successor to the Hyundai Starex. Now, if you watched a lot of K-drama, you'll know exactly what the Hyundai Starex is. Basically, a South Korean Volkswagen Transporter. That's the easiest explanation I can give to all of you. But then, being Hyundai, the biggest difference and the biggest advantage you get really is the cheaper price tag compared to the Volkswagen Transporter, and maybe a difference in quality, but we'll cover that later, everybody. My first impression of the Hyundai Staria is the aerodynamics, everybody. They've gone all round edge and they've employed a bullet design. So over here, it's all round edged, and the pillar is like, it's consistent to the A pillar, everybody. And then at the back, you get this cam tail. So basically, it's when the back is completely vertical. But that's a standard practice for minibuses of this segment, everyone. Now, it should be noted that the design, it has a very strong identity. It reminds me of the first generation Hyundai Starex. But the Hyundai Starex first generation was quite infamous because of its quality. That was the 2000s for you guys. And during the 2000s, Hyundai was a no-go. The only reason you'd buy a Hyundai was its cheap price tag, really. But that was the 2000s. Everything has changed recently. And looking at the design of the rear lights, it's a strong reference to the Hyundai Ioniq models. In particular, it reminds me of the Ioniq 5. It's quite interesting how they've gone about it. So little cubes. It's very cute, everyone. In terms of style, Hyundai has done a brilliant job. I don't know if it's just me, but if we look at the Hyundai Starex from this angle, it reminds me of something American. It has this Chevrolet van vibe to it, or should I say Dodge? I'm not sure, everyone, but looking at it from this angle, it does look very American. And it also should be noted that the windows are huge, everyone. It's like half the size of the side. So this is the whole length of the side. The window covers half of it. Good news is this is increased visibility outside. How amazing is that? But the bad news is for the interior, it's going to be a bit like a greenhouse in the summer. Now, this Hyundai Staria costs 50,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? We're going to find out in a moment, everyone. But before doing so, I want to tell you all about some great things I spotted on the exterior. 360-degree parking cameras. You get parking sensors at the front and at the rear. Gorgeous alloys with 6 spokes and 6 bolts, everyone. All right, now it is time to check out the interior of the Hyundai Staria. Okay, everyone, so interior of the Hyundai Staria, it kind of reminds me of the minivans of the 2000s from Peugeot and Citroën in particular. It's very visible outside. The visibility is unquestionable, but just make no mistakes, 50,000 euros and there's plastic just about all over the interior. Anything that's not on the seat is just plastic, whereas the seat itself is leather, which is great. Yeah, and this whole area over here has this beautiful piano black design, which is good. But then as soon as you look onto the door, there's no sign of any piano black. It's nowhere else to be seen. Oh, just above over here, there's a touch of piano black. Great. And there's no glasses holder up here, guys. But you do get additional practicality solutions hiding up there, just above the sun visors. Okie dokie. And yeah, the steering wheel is very pleasant to hold on to. I like it. The design is very similar to what I've seen on the Hyundai Ioniq models. You even get pallets, driving pallets on the steering wheel. That's sporty. Every van in this segment gets multiple pockets at doors, so that's good. But just one thing that I just can't get over is the hard plastic over there. This rounded hard plastic. It reminds me of the 2000s. Otherwise, you get multiple storage spaces, which is good. Ooh, that's quite nice. And then there's a glove box right there. Now the glove box is not really easy to reach. I have to bend over. Good news and bad news. The good news is you get a glove box, but the bad news is it's not a very deep glove box and there's absolutely nothing going on over there on this side. It's a very small glove box, guys. Pretty alarming given the size of this van. Now, you don't get any cup holder. I don't see any cup holder in this area. So in order to have a cup holder, you have to fold down the middle seat and then you get 2 cup holders that are just of fixed sizes. There's no smart feature to them and there's no center console storage. But then to be fair, this van is spacious enough, so it doesn't really matter. You get a 12-volt socket down there and 2 USB points and, oh, a deep storage space as well. And then for the transmission, it's a button. It's just like other models, including the Ioniq models, guys, which is good, which is great. And there's another cup holder right there. Surprise, 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 everybody. I have really mixed feelings about this interior. If you want me to be honest, something is missing. I feel like something is missing if you're comparing it to what other competitors offer today. It's a world of contrast, because you look at the door, you're reminded of budget. But then you look at the center right here, it feels like a premium car. It feels like Genesis or Ioniq model or something. There's a lack of consistency. And I like how the hazard light is huge. This has to be the biggest hazard light I've ever seen. And just like other Hyundai and Kia models, they have an obsession with putting their fuse box right here. This actually had me thinking it was an additional storage space. Oh, at least the driver's side gets electric seating adjustment. Now it is time to check out the rear seats of the Hyundai Staria. All right, the exciting part. Now, you do not get electric rear doors, but that's fine. Although what's not really fine is that there's no tray or anything, guys. But you get backseat pockets, which are leather, so they're not really flexible, but they're double. So there's even a fabric, a net pocket in the middle. Great. And then there's two USB points down there, and that's about it. Oh, and you get climate controls, but here's the thing. The climate control is on the right side. So basically, I have to beg the right passenger to please adjust the climate to my needs. And if the right passenger doesn't want to listen to me, I'm going to suffer, because there's no window that can open. There's no blindfold. So the public gets to see exactly everything that goes on in the back. They can spy on me easily, and I don't get any privacy. And the sunlight gets to shine at its brightest at me. Where's my privacy? The air vents are plentiful throughout the back though. So I hope the air conditioning does a brilliant job. And then you get the third row seating, everyone, with cup holders at the side. It's a bit unfair how the middle row doesn't get cup holders, but it is fine. Yes, that's about it. Now it is time to check out the boot space of the Hyundai Staria. It's very long, so parking against a wall is a very bad idea. Good news and bad news. Good news is it's obviously very spacious, but the bad news is you do not get electric rear doors, everyone. I had a good look in the boot space, and I don't see any sign of a 12-volt socket anywhere. Yeah. Now the boot lip is very low, and also there's exposed plastic right here, so you can move luggage in and out as much as you want, and it will not get damaged, and it's easy to maintain, which is very good. The body paint is not very much exposed, so there's less risk of it having contact with the luggages. Great. So here's my conclusion of the Hyundai Staria. For a price of 50,000 euros, I have to say that this Hyundai Staria is only good value for money. And this is a bit unusual, because there was a time Hyundai cars were great value for money. They would dominate that trade. They were in fact known for being great value for money. They were always one of the best. But as of lately, ever since the competition for electric cars began, everything's kind of changed. But then, to be fair, Hyundai and Kia are not alone in this regard. Other car manufacturers have suffered their own pain as well. Some of them had to face compromises in order to get to where they are today. But in the case of Hyundai, when it comes to the Staria, it was a long wait, especially when we were looking for the successor of the Hyundai Starex. Now it is finally here, beautiful to look at, nice design. It is revolutionary from what Hyundai used to come up with. Their cars had a problem of being generic and low quality, whereas today Hyundai cars have seen massive improvement, beautiful design, in fact very desirable. Now, no brand is perfect, especially in this segment. Every car manufacturer has faced their own share of problems. Volkswagen Transporter is arguably the best in this segment. They get everything right, they tick all the boxes, but their biggest problem is they do come at a price. And this is the same case for Mercedes with the V-Class or the Vito. And then when it comes down to Stellantis, they do offer cheap versions. They do offer a lot of things, but they do not have the reliability. They don't seem to have the reliability all the time. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.